आजच्या कार्यक्रमाचे अध्यक्ष आमच्या महाविद्यालयाचे सन्माननीय प्राचार्य डॉक्टर मिलिंद बाराते सर आपल्यासोबत जोडल्यानंतर आपण या वेबिनारचं सुरुवात करूया. अगदी थोड्या वेळातच साहेब आपल्यासोबत जोडतील व त्यानंतर आपण या वेबिनारला सुरुवात करूया. सर्व पार्टिसिपेंट्ससाठी काही सूचना. वेबिनार सुरू असताना सर्वांनी याची नोंद घ्यायची आहे की आपला माईक ऑफ ठेवायचा आहे, म्यूट ठेवायचा आहे. तुमचा व्हिडिओ तो पण तुम्ही ऑफ ठेवायचा आहे. काही तुम्हाला प्रश्न जर का विचारायचे असतील तर तुम्ही कृपया करून चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये तुमचे प्रश्न मांडू शकता. त्याची दखल क्वेश्चन आन्सर सेशनला आपण शेवटी घेऊ. कृपया करून सेशन सुरू असताना कुणीही माईक ऑन करू नये. आपल्या या वेबिनार करता देशभरातून विविध भागातून आपल्याला रजिस्ट्रेशन प्राप्त झालेले आहे. सीपीएन बेरार महाविद्यालय व शारीरिक शिक्षण विभागाद्वारे विविध विषयांवर खेळाडूंच्या हिताकरिता नेहमीच अशा प्रकारचे वेबिनार आयोजित करत असते. उपस्थित झाले आहेत सर, वेलकम. माझा आवाज येतोय सर?
हो येतोय.
डॉक्टर पायल, हम शुरू कर रहे हैं मैम. आर यू रेडी? A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries, players, coaches, and my dear students. This one-day national webinar on the topic Importance of Exercise to Improve Physical Fitness is organized by CPN Berar College, Nagpur. Today's webinar chairperson is Honorable Dr. Milind Barate sir, Principal CPN Berar College. I welcome you, sir. I welcome Dr. J.K. Mahajan, Vice Principal, CPN Berar College. As a keynote speaker, today we have with us Honorable Dr. Payal Dhawale. She is an esteemed sports physiotherapist working as Assistant Professor, MGM Institute of Physiotherapy, Aurangabad. On behalf of CPN Berar College, I welcome you, ma'am. I once again welcome all the players, coaches, and all the dignitaries present over here for this webinar. With the coronavirus pandemic confirming people within the bonds of their homes on and off since March last year, gyms and other fitness centers were seen to be one of the places where virus could spread quickly. Likely due to shared machines, a lot of shared spaces, all the avenue for exercise were shut off. While this was enough for fitness lovers to take up exercise from home, some players started becoming conscious about their fitness when the lockdown kept on extending last year and they have no option but to take up fitness at home. Many of us are trying to find ways to effective exercise within the four walls. This pandemic has definitely had an impact on the fitness level of the players. It is rightly said that exercise is a science, but more importantly, it is an art. The reason behind it is that before including any exercise in the training plan, a coach has to take into consideration a lot of factors. He has to consider the training load of the player, fitness level of the player. He has to keep in mind which muscle group he has to develop so that player can achieve their desired goal. In this regard, to help our players to maintain their fitness with minimum resources available in this pandemic situation, we have organized this one-day webinar so that our players can be benefited to the maximum. And I am happy to inform you all that over 250 participants have been registered from all over the country for this webinar. And I hope that this webinar will definitely serve to the betterment of the players to the maximum extent. Today's chairperson for the webinar is Dr. Milind Barahate, Principal, CPN Bera College. There is a quote from John Maxwell that a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Dear participants, we have a very dynamic leader with us. Under his leadership, CPN Bera College have successfully retained top position in Central India. And under his leadership, we definitely scale new heights in the coming future. I now request today's chairperson, Dr. Milind Barahate sir, to please give away his presidential note. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nishan. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I welcome you all in this today's one-day national webinar on the very important topic of importance of exercise to improve physical fitness. Today's speaker, Dr. Payal Dhawale, organizing secretary of this webinar, Dr. Nishant Tipte, all the teachers and my dear students. As just Dr. Tipte told, due to Corona pandemic, we all are or were locked up in our respective homes for near about 6, 7, 8 or 10 months, I think. It has adversely affected the physical fitness as well as mental fitness of all the, what we can say, right from children to the aged people. As we all know, the saying, there is a, when you are physically fit, your mind is also in a healthy condition. That's why, as the physical fitness was not there, it has adversely affected the mental fitness also. As we all know, exercise is a very important part of our life. Rather, must be the important part of our life. There is a healthy mind in a healthy body. So if our body is fit, we can work in a better manner, because the energy is enhanced due to regular exercise. Only thing I can add, as Dr. Payal would be enlightening us on the importance of physical fitness. The only appeal or only request I would make is, in addition to physical exercise, we should also regularly go for meditation, yoga, and likewise other exercises which are related to our mind, because as we see, today's world is having a tremendous competition. Lot of pressures are there, lot of stress is there, right from school going children to the aged people. Everybody is having or facing stress today, and this stress is the cause of many severe problems in long term. So I think physical fitness and mental fitness both are important, and I welcome Dr. Payal Dhawale on the behalf of CPN Bera College, and I express my confidence that her speech will definitely give us some new inputs, will enlighten us towards the physical fitness as well as mental fitness. I welcome you all and extend my best wishes on the occasion of this one-day national webinar organized by the Sports Department of CPN Virar College, Nagpur. Thank you and my best wishes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Your inspirational talk always motivate us to do better and better in the field of education. I once again thank you, sir. Now, we will move to the core part of this webinar, that is the keynote address. Now, before the keynote address, let me introduce you to today's resource person. Today's resource person is Dr. Payal Dhawale. Dr. Payal Dhawale is an alumni of Mahatma Gandhi Mission Institute of Health Sciences. She is currently working as assistant professor in MGM Institute of Physiotherapy. Dr. Payal worked as sports physiotherapist for senior women volleyball team in South Asian Games. She had been regularly working as physiotherapist for various games at national and international levels of tournaments. She has been associated with many sports associations, state bodies, and Sports Authority of India, Western Region Center, Aurangabad, to conduct coaching camps, selection trials for Indian sports. I have to mention here that Dr. Payal has won first prize at KLE International Conference for her scientific paper presentation. She had completed many research projects in the field of physiotherapy. I once again welcome you, ma'am. Dear participants, I will not take much of your time and now request Dr. Payal to enlighten us on today's topic. Over to you, ma'am. Please unmute yourself, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So, should I start with the screen share?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I would like to thank the CPN Virar College and Nishant sir and Milind sir for providing me such a great opportunity to deliver this webinar on a wonderful topic, that is importance of exercise to improve the physical fitness. And let's start with the objectives for the today's session. So first will be what we should get, that exact physical fitness. Okay. Then we'll go for the components of the physical fitness. What all the key elements or key components which are important to maintain the physical fitness. Then what all the effects of deconditioning, and lastly, how to maintain and improve the physical fitness. So as a take-home message, you should be able to understand by the end of this lecture that what is physical fitness components, what are the effects of deconditioning, and how we will maintain and improve our physical fitness. So, what we understood by a successful sports team. So, जब हम लोग successful sports team the team should have a lower rate of the injury that translate into the better player availability. मतलब जब हम लोग कोई भी एक स्पोर्ट्स टीम के बारे में बात करते हैं तो वो टीम तब आइडियलाइज होता है जब वो टीम में सबसे कम इंजुरी रेट होता है. तो इंजुरी रेट कम कब रहेगा? जब इंजुरी रेट कम तभी रहेगा जब हम लोग नॉर्मल फिटनेस लेवल अचीव करते हैं. तो फिटनेस लेवल अगर नॉर्मल है देन ओनली वी कैन टॉक ऑन की जो एथलीट्स का जो इंजुरी रेट है वो कम है, एंड देन द टीम और जो प्लेयर अवेलेबिलिटी एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर टीम और इंडिविजुअल स्पोर्ट्स गेट्स इंक्रीज. That is ideal way when we call it as a successful sports team, and that is very important in any athletic career. So lower rate of the injury is very important, and that we can focus by the maintaining a good fitness level. I'm talking about fitness level. Okay. Then for that maintaining of that particular fitness, we should work on two things, which is like capacity and demand. कैपेसिटी क्या है एंड डिमांड क्या है। एक पर्टिकुलर स्पोर्ट्स में जब हम स्पोर्ट्स की बात करते हैं तो डिमांड जो रहता है वो स्पोर्ट्स प्ले करता है, दैट इज पर्टिकुलर इंडिविजुअल गेम जो रहता है, दैट इज डिमांड पार्ट। एंड कैपेसिटी जो होता है वो बेस्ड ऑन इंडिविजुअल होता है, मतलब कैपेसिटी विल बी रिलेटेड टू द प्लेयर एंड डिमांड विल बी रिलेटेड टू द स्पोर्ट। ठीक है, तो अगर हम लोग प्रॉपर फिटनेस लेवल रखते हैं तो हम लोग हमारा कैपेसिटी पे वर्क करते हैं। अगर कैपेसिटी अच्छी है तो हम लोग वो पर्टिकुलर डिमांड तक पहुंच सकते हैं। तो हम लोग इसको ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि एनहांसिंग और इंक्रीजिंग योर कैपेसिटी मीन्स यू कुड टेक मोर ऑन द डिमांड, ऑन मोर डिमांड। ठीक है, तो अगर कैपेसिटी प्लेयर का कम है और डिमांड ज्यादा है तो भी प्लेयर इंजर्ड हो सकता है। अगर प्लेयर का कैपेसिटी बहुत ज्यादा है और डिमांड कम है तो दैट टाइम व्हाट विल occur, he or she will not work in that proper way. So there has to be balance between the capacity and the demand level. So to enhance or to increase your particular demand, you can reach to that demand and improve sports career, or the life of a sports person can be increased if they are working on the capacity aspect. So capacity can be maintained with a good physical or normal level. So before starting with the physical fitness, as Milind sir also said that we should have a sound mind, should have a sound mind has to be there to maintain a good health. So when we talk on the physical fitness, we usually focus on the physical fitness aspect, but fitness should deal two more aspects also. उसमें दो तीन चीजें जो important होती है, first will be हमारा mental health, that is your psychological health. Second will be your nutritional health, and third will be your physical health. हम लोगों को अच्छी फिजिकल हेल्थ चाहिए तो हम लोगों को जैसे कैपेसिटी डिमांड का बैलेंस था, वैसे हम लोगों को न्यूट्रिशन, वैसे हम लोगों को मेंटल हेल्थ, एंड अलोंग विद दैट वी नीड टू वर्क ऑन फिजिकल हेल्थ। तो ये तीनों चीजें हैं जो सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होती है कोई भी एथलेटिक और नॉर्मल इंडिविजुअल की लाइफ में। So then only we can say that sound health and sound mind can lead to a successful life in a head. So today we'll be moreover be focusing on physical fitness domain. So we'll talk on that or that aspect. That when we define as a physical fitness, person should be healthy enough, or it should be able to perform all day-to-day activity with the we were working or we were telling I was telling about the physical fitness part or the normal fitness aspect, जिसमें हम लोगों को mental health, then nutritional health and physical health, ये तीनों चीजों पे फोकस करना होता है, then only we can achieve a good fitness and good goal. So by the definition of the physical fitness, again we are focusing on the physical fitness aspect today. So we should the person should able to perform all the day-to-day activity with the fine skills or a good health, that we can consider as a good physical health, which is physical health can be defined as a set of health related or skill related attributes, for example like cardiorespiratory fitness, muscular strength, balance, flexibility, that persons possesses or achieve in order to carry out daily tasks. So which is very important to maintain all these attributes, and then only we can say the person is physically fit. So what are the components which are important in the physical fitness aspect? So the components will be strength. So muscle strength, that because if musculoskeletal system is strong enough, then only we can say कि person fit दिख रहा है, मतलब the body which is like body composition, we can say a generalized body appearance. So strength that can relate to the strength of the muscle. So strength of the muscle will be one key element of the physical fitness. Then the flexibility part, the strength usually parallelly goes with the flexibility aspect. I'll give you the reason or one example for this. If one muscle group is tight, अगर एक muscle group अगर tightness में जाता है तो वो दूसरे muscle group को weak करता है जो उसके साथ में काम करता है। मसल्स जो है वो हमेशा पैरेलली काम करते हैं, एक दूसरे के साथ काम करते हैं, कोई एक मसल पर्टिकुलर काम नहीं करता। तो जब एक मसल टाइट रहेगा तो वो दूसरे मसल को वीक करेगा। तो स्ट्रेंथ और फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी should go together. So flexibility has to be there, which is very important to maintain a good postural alignment for any, whether it is a functional posture or it is a normal static posture. So flexibility and the strength related to the musculoskeletal aspect. Then the balance and agility comes. Balance and agility, balance will be your more of the neuro related part. So brain has to work along with the musculoskeletal system. ब्रेन अगर मस्कुलोस्केलेटल सिस्टम के साथ काम करेगा तो डेफिनेटली बॉडी में बैलेंस अच्छा रहेगा. So balance will be related to the ligaments or joint part. So that will be one thing, balance. And if three components, which is muscle, flexibility, balance, if you are working on this thing, so again ये exercise part और ये जो component है physical fitness के, they can directly relate to the cardiorespiratory fitness. So cardiorespiratory fitness will be working on two elements or two systems of the body, which is cardiovascular system and the respiratory or respiratory system. Respiratory will relate to the lungs, and cardio will be related to the heart. Okay, so heart and lungs are the two key organs we can consider for which they have to function normally to maintain a good physical fitness. So कार्डियोरेस्पिरेटरी में जो मसल्स होते हैं वो मसल्स मतलब कार्डियक मसल यानी हार्ट मसल्स जो होते हैं वो अगर एफिशिएंटली काम करेंगे तो ये जो अदर पैरामीटर्स है उसमें उसके लिए हम जो एक्सरसाइजेस परफॉर्म करेंगे वो वर्क करेगा. सो कार्डियोरेस्पिरेटरी फिटनेस जो है वो अगेन अ की एलिमेंट ऑफ द कंपोनेंट ऑफ द फिजिकल फिटनेस वी कैन कंसीडर. एंड लास्टली द एजिलिटी पार्ट. एजिलिटी, now the term is known or familiar with all the players and coaches, everyone. Agility will be the quick movement. So quick movement which we are related to the any of the sporting activity. So changing directions hai ya fir the forward movement hai, any of the movement, so that will be related part of the agility aspect. So agility, muscular strength, flexibility, balance and cardiorespiratory fitness, all these 5 components we can consider them as a components of the physical fitness. If these parameters are good in a person, then definitely we can consider that the person is a physically fit. So we'll go on next that कि हम लोग जब ये components of physical fitness पे टारगेट करते हैं, मतलब हम लोग स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ाते हैं, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी अच्छी रखते हैं, बैलेंस अच्छे रखते हैं, तो वो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि वो एथलीट का और वो इंडिविजुअल का कंडीशनिंग फेज होता है जहाँ पे हम सारे एक्सरसाइज परफॉर्म करके एक एथलीट का गोल अचीव करते हैं. वेदर इट इज टूर्नामेंट हो गया या फिर हम लोग बोल सकते हैं डे टू डे एक्टिविटी भी हो गया, तो हम लोग फिजिकल फिटनेस उसलिए करते हैं कि हेल्दी रहना चाहिए. सो उस प्रोसेस को हम बोलते हैं कंडीशनिंग ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल और कंडीशनिंग ऑफ द एथलीट. तो कंडीशनिंग जो फेज है वो फेज जो है कुछ फैक्टर्स की वजह से अफेक्ट हो सकता है. मतलब हमारा जो नॉर्मल फिजिकल फिटनेस है वो फिटनेस कुछ फैक्टर्स की वजह से अफेक्ट होता है. व्हाट ऑल दोस फैक्टर्स विल सी दैट. फॉर एग्जांपल, लेवल ऑफ एथलीट वाज एबल टू मेंटेन. इफ एथलीट इज मेंटेनिंग अ 5 kg ऑफ डंबल के साथ वो एक्सरसाइज कर सकता है, दैट इज हिज एबिलिटी. ठीक है, बट इफ वी आर ट्रेनिंग हिम ऑन 2 kg weight, so that what that will cause कि एथलीट का कैपेसिटी तो 5 kg का था बट हम लोग उसको 2 kg पे ट्रेन किए, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द लेवल ऑफ एक्टिविटी इज नॉट मैचिंग. सो इफ लेवल ऑफ एक्टिविटी इज नॉट मैचिंग देन डेफिनेटली द नॉर्मल कंडीशनिंग ऑफ द एथलीट विल गेट अफेक्टेड ओवर हियर. सो second point related to the first point is that how it is relating volume, intensity, type. मतलब जो एक्सरसाइज का कोर एलिमेंट होता है, मतलब एक्सरसाइज कितना टाइम के लिए करना चाहिए, एक्सरसाइज में कितना लोड देना चाहिए फॉर मेंटेनिंग फिटनेस और फॉर मेंटेनिंग एनी और फॉर अचीविंग एनी स्पोर्ट स्पेसिफिक गोल. तो हम लोगों को वो जो है वो फॉर्मुलाइज्ड होना चाहिए पहले ही कि how much amount of intensity you are giving to the athlete to maintain his normal conditioning level or to achieve a good conditioning level. So first 2 points are interrelated to each other for maintaining a good conditioning. If any of this point is getting affected, so definitely normal conditioning of the athlete is affected. Then the third point will be the nutritional habits. As I have already explained you, nutritional health and psychological health plays a vital role. So nutritional habits goes parallel together. So nutrition अगर अच्छा नहीं है तो definitely आप कितना भी हाई इंटेंसिटी एक्सरसाइज करो या मॉडरेट इंटेंसिटी एक्सरसाइज करो, आप मसल का हंगर नहीं पूरा कर पा रहे हो बिकॉज यू आर नॉट गिविंग गुड न्यूट्रिशन टू दैट मसल. So definitely that muscle will go into the injury or it will causes pain, and because of that your performance get affected. So that why if we say conditioning, तो हम लोगों को अच्छा न्यूट्रिशन साथ में होना चाहिए. That is, along with a good exercise session, you should have a good nutritional habits. So that is the factor which again affecting your conditioning. Lastly, the COVID-19 infection. As we are dealing with this pandemic situation, so all these three factors are interrelated to each other in terms of this situation, because we are at home, we are not doing any exercise. So that means you are not maintaining good level of activity. Definitely, if you are not exercising, or if you are exercising, you are not maintaining a good intensity of that exercise, then again nutritional habits somewhere it is affected. So definitely this pandemic situation leads to affecting your conditioning level. So for this, if for example any of the athlete had an infection of COVID-19, one research says that if 2 days, if you are not working for 2 days, so after that second day, the deconditioning process started. Deconditioning will be opposite to the conditioning. मतलब हम लोगों ने इतने सारे पैरामीटर्स पे फोकस करके बॉडी को एक अच्छा सा मकाम हासिल किया था कि जहाँ पे हम गुड फिजिकल एक्टिविटी परफॉर्म कर सकते थे, हमारा फिटनेस लेवल बहुत अच्छा था. बट ड्यू टू दैट लैक ऑफ मूवमेंट्स, जो हमने 2 दिन मोर देन 2 डेज हम लोग अगर रेस्टिंग पे जाते हैं, तो धीरे धीरे होके मसल्स हो गए. मसल सिस्टम जो है वो पहले अफेक्ट होता है इन डीकंडीशनिंग पे. लेटर ऑन विल सी द डीकंडीशनिंग. But the reason why I explaining you this, that if any athlete had a COVID-19 infection, definitely 14 days he will be in quarantine period. In that 14 days, he will not performing any sort of exercises. On that resting period, definitely that athlete will be under the process of deconditioning. So that's why the conditioning could be affected by this 4 important reasons that you should understand. If any of this reason is affected in your day-to-day life, so definitely you are affecting your normal healthy conditioning. So for this, for proper or good conditioning, you should focus on these 4 key elements. That ये key elements अगर आपने maintain किए, so definitely you are maintaining a good physical fitness or good health. This is one aspect. Then we'll go on second thing, that is importantly you should understand ki what is the meaning of deconditioning. So we can define or we can refer it as deconditioning will be the period of inactivity. Means you are not doing any of the activity in that period. So हम लोग अगर कोई एक्सरसाइज नहीं कर रहे हैं, नॉर्मल घर में ही है, यू आर लिविंग सेडेंटरी लाइफस्टाइल, मतलब टीवी है, खाना है, बैठना है, सो वो जो पीरियड होता है दैट कम्स अंडर इनएक्टिव पीरियड. तो ये जो पीरियड है, ये पीरियड हमारे कुछ वाइटल ऑर्गन्स को वर्क करता है. वाइटल ऑर्गन्स पे कैसे वर्क करेगा वो, जैसे हार्ट हो गया, लंग्स हो गया, मसल. three key aspect we consider. One is heart, that is cardio part, as I told you before. Lungs will be your respiratory and musculoskeletal will be your muscle. So these 3 jo what we can say systems hai, that system gets directly encountered by your resting or sedentary lifestyle period. So that's why we can say that the deconditioning phase will be the phase where the person is completely inactive. Okay? The second thing, it will encounter directly on your vital organ system, that is heart, lungs and muscles. Okay? So the third, due to this deconditioning or inactive phase, the person will feel tired or weak. Why? After doing physical activity, हम लोग अगर बहुत दिन गैप लेके अगर जिम ज्वाइन करते हैं, तो हम लोगों को डे 1 बहुत डिफिकल्ट जाता है टू परफॉर्म. क्यों जाता है वो? The reason is कि you are under the deconditioning process, and deconditioning starts from second day of the resting or inactive period. अगर हम लोग फिजिकल एक्टिविटी नहीं कर रहे, कोई भी एथलीट है या नॉर्मल इंडिविजुअल है, अगर हम लोग एक इंटेंसिटी पे प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे और वो इंटेंसिटी अगर हम लोग अचीव नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, तो डेफिनेटली आफ्टर सेकंड डे योर डिकंडीशनिंग प्रोसेस विल स्टार्ट एंड दैट डिकंडीशनिंग विल एनकाउंटर योर हार्ट, लंग्स एंड मसल. सो वो क्या होगा फिर आफ्टर दैट एक्टिविटी, डेफिनेटली यू विल फील वीक एंड फटीग एंड द लेवल ऑफ इंटेंसिटी गेटिंग reduced day by day, or strength of the muscle getting reduced day by day. So oxygen consumption, which are again due to the cardiac activity, due to heart activity जो बोल सकते हैं हम, due to respiratory activity, मतलब ज्यादा से ज्यादा breathing हो रहा था, oxygenation ज्यादा हो रहा था, oxygen produce ज्यादा हो रहा था. Then blood में अगर oxygenation ज्यादा है तो definitely heart function अगर ज्यादा है तो वो blood का oxygen जो है वो vital organs को दिख रहा था, and because of that जो मसल हंगर जिसके बारे में मैंने बोला था कि मसल्स आर हंग्री आफ्टर डूइंग स्पेसिफिक एक्टिविटी, तो वो मसल्स को न्यूट्रिशन मिल रहा था। तो ये साइकिल था, ये पूरा साइकिल कब अफेक्ट हो रहा है, जब हम लोग डिकंडीशनिंग फेज में आएंगे। मतलब इफ यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनी फिजिकल एक्टिविटी देन डेफिनेटली द ऑक्सीजन कंजम्पशन गेटिंग रिड्यूस्ड, द कार्डियक आउटपुट विच इज लाइक हार्ट जो ब्लड पंप करता है एक साइकिल में, वो पंपिंग ऑफ द ब्लड रिड्यूस, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट मसल को न्यूट्रिशन नहीं मिलेगा अच्छा, तो मसल स्ट्रेंथ विल reduce, and this process goes very rapidly. For example, I would like to tell you, if एक साल पूरा एथलीट ट्रेन करता है खुद को फॉर इंडिविजुअल टूर्नामेंट, अगर वो एक साल का टूर्नामेंट, अगर वो एक साल पूरा प्रिपेयर करेगा खुद को वो टूर्नामेंट में जाने के लिए, अगर इन बिटवीन दैट 1 मंथ अगर उसने रेस्ट ले लिया, तो वो 1 मंथ जो है वो उसके पूरे साल की मेहनत पे पानी फेरता है। तो रेस्टिंग हैज टू बी कंसिडर्ड कि जिसमें डिकंडीशनिंग ना हो। रेस्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बट द रेस्ट should be not more than 1 or 2 days, as we are knowing now कि more than 2 days your deconditioning will start. Okay, so this is all about the deconditioning. Then what are the effects of deconditioning? We consider that कि there will be decrease in the size of the muscle. As I told you, muscle जो है वो पहले जाते हैं, क्यों? क्योंकि हम लोग पेरिफेरी एक्टिविटी परफॉर्म कर रहे थे ना, जो एक्टिविटीज हम परफॉर्म करते हैं, रनिंग हो गया, थ्रोइंग हो गया, जिसमें हम लोग पेरिफेरी मसल्स को ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, लिम्स के मसल्स, हाथ के, पैर के, तो वो मसल्स का साइज सबसे पहले कम हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ डिसयूज एट्रोफी। डिसयूज एट्रोफी मतलब क्या होता है? यूज नहीं करोगे मसल को तो मसल का जो गर्थ है वो कम होते जाएगा। एक एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे भी मैं दूंगी कि जो हम लोग प्लास्टर कास्ट में कभी देखा होगा, किसी को प्लास्टर किया है, जब प्लास्टर रिमूव करते हैं तो वो लिम्ब का साइज जो है वो कम हो जाता है, बिकॉज वो मसल्स यूज में नहीं थे, उतने दिन वो रेस्टिंग पे थे, तो वो मसल्स जो है वो एट्रोफी में चले जाते हैं। एट्रोफी ऑफ द मसल मतलब क्या कि मसल का जो बल्क है वो कम हो जाना, so that is size of the muscle getting reduced due to the reduction in the uses of that particular muscle. So this is primary effect of deconditioning. Secondly, decreased strength. If girth is reduced or size is reduced, definitely the strength जो power था, ताकत था मसल का, वो ताकत क्या होगा? कम होगा। Then दूसरा जो है ट्रबल विद द बैलेंस। अगर हम लोगों के मसल उतने ही स्ट्रांग नहीं है कि वो मेंटेन कर सके गुड पोस्चर और गुड फिजिकली एक्टिविटी और हाई इंटेंसिटी डायनामिक एक्टिविटी, so that will lead to the troubling of the balance of that particular individual. And lastly, it is very important that as we know that now deconditioning working on 4 key organs, so that's why we can say respiratory capacity and heart rate जो है वो नॉर्मली से ज्यादा हाई हो जाता है विद मिनिमल एक्सर्शन। मतलब पहले मैं 10 किलोमीटर रन करता था, बट जब मैंने रेस्ट लिया तो 2 किलोमीटर रनिंग में ही मुझे सांस लेने में तकलीफ हो रही है, मेरा हार्ट रेट बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है। दैट इज यू आर अंडर द डिकंडीशनिंग प्रोसेस, और डिकंडीशन बॉडी हो चुकी है, इसीलिए वो 10 किलोमीटर से 2 किलोमीटर तक आप आए हो। सो दैट इज मिनिमल एक्सर्शन विल लीड टू द शॉर्टनेस ऑफ द ब्रेथ एंड इंक्रीज द हार्ट रेट। सो दिस इज द रिलेशन और effects of deconditioning on the vital system. So this is the reason why I am explaining you this in the physical fitness aspect. You should understand we need to focus on these terminologies to maintain a good physical fitness. So now what we can consider that how you can achieve a good success in sports. It is a small quote I would like to tell you that if you are success in the sports usually depends on the level of athletes sports skills and his or her physical fitness. So jo sports skills and physical fitness should work together, then only you can achieve a good success in your sports. Okay, so skills has to be there that you will come to know, or you will achieve good skills with the practice. And physical fitness, if you are practicing regular physical fitness activity, then only you are achieving a good fitness level, and then you will be successful in your sports. So make sure that if you want to get a success, you should achieve these 2 key elements in the sport, that is skills and the good physical fitness. So now हम लोगों ने अभी नेगेटिव पार्ट जो था वो पूरा देख लिया कि कैसे डिकंडीशनिंग हो रहे हैं और कैसे उसका इफेक्ट सिस्टम पे हो रहा है। Now how we can work on conditioning aspect. So physical conditioning जो होती है वो होता है One is health related and second one is skill related. जब हम health related और skill related पे काम करते हैं तो health related component जो होते हैं वो पूरे physical fitness के parameter है, which is like endurance पे work कर रहे हैं, strength पे work कर रहे हैं, flexibility पे work कर रहे हैं, muscle endurance पे work कर रहे हैं, body composition पे work कर रहे हैं. Body composition is very important in maintaining a good conditioning. Fat composition should be normal, muscle mass should be normal. The muscle mass should be increasing with your exercise session, then only you are giving effective session. So muscle mass है, bone density है, ये सारी चीजें जो है body composition के part में आती है. And if you want to see the result whether the person is training under good conditioning phase or not, then you should always go with the body composition analysis. If you will analyze how much is the muscle mass in the body, how much is the bone density in the body, and how much is the fat in the body, then only you can analyze that whether you are doing good conditioning or not. So that is one key element. And health related component, as I told you, to be a successful sports person, you should have a skill related conditioning as well. So in skill related, there has to be a good agility, good speed, reaction time, balance and coordination. So agility, speed, reaction time, balance and coordination, these are 5 different aspects of skill related conditioning. But ये सारे aspects जरूरी नहीं है हर sports person में present है. मतलब जैसे for example कुछ sports जो होते हैं these are related to only agility aspect. कुछ sports जो होते हैं they are working on speed aspect. कुछ sports जो होते हैं they are working on coordination of the good muscles. So जो sports specific skill जो है that you need to achieve. जैसे anaerobic में अगर मैं weightlifting की बात करूं तो weightlifting का mechanics will be completely different than any individual which are playing badminton or football. So दोनों जो game है वो अलग अलग है. Those are skill related differences there. So to maintain a good physical conditioning, you should understand that what sports you are playing and what is actual demand of that sports based on skill related, and then only you can achieve a good fitness of related to the skills. So health related will be compulsory for every sports person, but skill related we can say it is a subjective aspect. Now what should be the ideal or appropriate exercise program? Exercise program मतलब जो हम लोग एक particular time duration के लिए exercise perform करेंगे. So what should be that appropriate or idealized exercise program? One, it should have a good warm up, then it should have a good exercise session, and then lastly with the warm down or cool down session. So this 3 key element plays a very vital role in maintaining a good physical or generalized aspect. Because if you are not doing warm up, then definitely you are stressing the joint more, and body is not in phase of the play, so definitely it will cause more of the injury. And if you are not recovering from that particular high intensity training session, then definitely you will get a muscle soreness or multiple area. So warm up, exercise session and cool down. This has to be appropriate exercise program, or the training session should contain these 3 phases specifically. So now we'll work on how warm up should be performed for maintaining a good fitness and why the warm up is performing. So warm up will be morely working on the increasing in the exercise performance. So if you are doing good warm up, then definitely it will increase your overall exercise or overall physical performance level. As I told you, it will working on heart, respiratory aspect. So definitely जो heart rate है वो उतने level का maintain करने के लिए warm up will help. Then sport specific अगर हम देते हैं, that will रिजल्ट मतलब हम देखते हैं यूजुअली वार्म अप हमेशा हर जगह पे सेम ही होता है. ये मूवमेंट्स वो मूवमेंट्स, स्ट्रेचेस करो, स्टैटिक स्ट्रेच करो, ऐसा करो, दैट विल बी द जनरलाइज्ड वार्म अप सेशन. बट हम लोग अगर स्पोर्ट्स स्पेसिफिक वार्म अप सेशन अगर देते हैं तो दैट विल अगेन गिव अ सिग्निफिकेंट रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर वार्म अप सेशन इन योर एक्चुअल एक्सरसाइज सेशन. सो वार्म अप शुड बी स्पोर्ट्स स्पेसिफिक. देन stretching जो होता है, this is a contradictory statement. I am telling you that the stretching immediately before physical activity will reduce the strength. ठीक है, मतलब हम लोगों ने वार्म अप में ही अगर स्ट्रेचिंग कर लिया तो जो स्ट्रेंथ है वो कम होगा। तो वार्म अप में देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ स्ट्रेचिंग यूजुअली। स्टैटिक स्ट्रेचिंग मतलब हम लोग स्ट्रेच करके वी आर होल्डिंग दैट पोस्चर, दैट इज योर स्टैटिक स्ट्रेचिंग। The dynamic stretching comes under where you are doing repeated movement aspect. So this movements will what we can say will target or will focus more on the muscle, and it will activate more number of the muscle fiber. So more number of the muscle fiber कब activate होंगे, जब हम लोग dynamic type of stretching देंगे। तो इसीलिए dynamic stretching should be included in the warm up than the static stretching, as we are saying that कि static stretching will reduce the strength at the immediate level। मतलब हम लोग post session अगर हम लोग तुरंत ही static stretching करते हैं तो that will be good, but if you are doing that static stretching for prior in warm up session, so definitely it will not give a good exercise session. So warm up should be specified how you are performing warm up. So warm up will be doing only at the sport specific level, and secondly हम लोग dynamic type of stretching perform करेंगे in the warm up session. So this is all about warm up. Then this image is specifically for a what we can say ideal what should be the ideal training or exercise session has to be there. अगर ideal exercise और training session पे हम बात करते हैं तो there we should follow these 4 principles of training or 4 methods of training, which is frequency, intensity, time and type. ठीक है, image itself clear कि frequency यानी क्या, कि optimal frequency of the training usually how many times in a week you are performing that particular exercise in a week। ठीक है, so week में हम लोग 3 to 4 times अगर कोई exercise session perform करते हैं तो that will be sufficient for maintaining your physical fitness। 3 to 4 session क्यों बोला, क्योंकि after 2 days there will be starting of deconditioning, right? So that's why हम लोग alternate day भी sessions ले सकते हैं। So 3 to 4 times in a week, that frequency will be idealized frequency for maintaining a good physical fitness. That has to be a normal physical fitness frequency. Then intensity. So before starting the intensity, you should know that कि what is the repetition maximum. Intensity यानी अगर intensity of the exercise अगर normal नहीं है तो definitely क्या होगा कि हम लोग उतना पीक पे भी अचीव नहीं करेंगे और उतना लो भी नहीं जाएंगे। So there has to be a normal or good intensity. So good intensity और effective intensity किस पे basis पे रहती है? That will be more of the based on a repetition maximum. Repetition maximum यानी क्या होता है कि एक टाइम that is one repetition maximum, मतलब मैं एक टाइम में एक पर्सन को वेट लिफ्ट करने बोल रही हूँ तो मैं 10 kg वेट लिफ्ट कर सकती हूँ। 10 kg मेरा वन रिपीटेशन मैक्सिमम है। ठीक है, अगर मुझे मेरे इंटेंसिटी पे वर्क करना है तो यहाँ पे एक टेबल दिया हुआ है, दैट इज योर मैक्सिमम स्ट्रेंथ पावर। ठीक है, मुझे स्ट्रेंथ पे वर्क करना है तो इंटेंसिटी परसेंटेज ऑफ आरएम कितना रहना चाहिए, दैट इज 70 to 80% ऑफ वन रिपीटेशन मैक्सिमम। मतलब 10 kg का 70 to 80% मतलब मैंने 7 to 8 kg ऑफ वेट पे अगर मैंने ट्रेनिंग किया तो देन ओनली दैट ideal intensity should be, I am achieving that ideal intensity, and that intensity will help in increasing my muscle strength. You are getting it? So the strength should be based on the repetition maximum aspect. So intensity, why I am telling you this, intensity or volume of the exercise जो रहता है should be relate to this repetition maximum, कि कितने रिपीटेशन मैक्सिमम पे हम लोग जा सकते हैं। मतलब एक्सटर्नल डंबल वेट जो हम लोग बोलते हैं, तो वेट कैसे लेना है, शुरू से 0.5 से नहीं शुरू करते हम, 0.5 विल बी वेरी मिनिमल। तो हम लोग देखते हैं कि कितना वेट वो एक रिपीटेशन में ले सकता है, एंड जो अगर 10 kg ले रहा है तो उसका 80% to 70% हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे एंड उसके साथ ही हम उसका स्ट्रेंथनिंग शुरू करेंगे। देन ओनली वी कैन अचीव अ good strength in that particular individual. We are maintaining the level of activity in that particular individual. So हम लोगों को strength पे वर्क करना है तो हम लोग repetition maximum के ऊपर वर्क करेंगे and then working on the how much % of the repetition maximum we are achieving. फिर हम लोगों को good strength अचीव करना है तो हम लोगों को कितने sets of exercise देने पड़ेंगे उनको, that is ideally 3 to 4 sets of exercises. ठीक है, एक सेशन में 3 to 4 सेट्स ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस हम लोग परफॉर्म करेंगे विद कितना % ऑफ रिपीटेशन मैक्सिमम है, 70% ऑफ रिपीटेशन मैक्सिमम। फिर हम लोग एक सेशन में कितने रेपिटेशंस देंगे, विल गिव 6 to 9 और वी कैन से 6 to 10 repetitions of one set अगर परफॉर्म करना है एक्सरसाइज का तो उसमें हम लोग कितने दे रहे हैं 6 to 10 repetitions with a 80% of और 70% of repetition maximum। तो एक सेशन में दिया 6 to 10 repetition, सेट्स कितने किए, दैट इज 4 to 5, 3 to 4 to 5 सेशंस ऑफ सेट्स। अगर इतना हम लोग इंटेंसिटी फॉलो करते हैं तो हम लोग 0.5% ऑफ द चेंज जो है वो एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं इन दैट पर्टिकुलर मसल आफ्टर वन सेशन। समझ रहा है, एक सेशन किया उसके बाद में ये इतना अच्छे से हम लोगों ने एक सेशन फॉलो किया, उसके बाद में जो चेंज मिला वो कितना था 0.5%। मतलब ये 0.5 धीरे 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 बढ़ते जाता है। एंड फिर हम लोग जो बोलते हैं मैं पहले 10 kg उठाता था, अब मेरी कैपेसिटी 20 kg की हुई। 20 kg की कैपेसिटी मतलब कब हुई, तब तुमने एक प्रॉपर इंटेंसिटी सेट्स एंड रिपीटेशंस फॉलो किए, इट मींस यू आर वर्किंग ऑन अ गुड इंटेंसिटी लेवल। ठीक है, सो दैट हैज टू बी वेरी स्पेसिफाइड। पावर जो होता है वो एक ही बार में मैक्सिमम वेट उठाना होता है। स्ट्रेंथ इज डिफरेंट एंड पावर इज डिफरेंट। पावर मतलब एक ही बार में कर दो, एंड स्ट्रेंथ मतलब जो स्ट्रेंथ होती है वो परसिस्टेंट रहती है, मतलब फॉर लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन दैट स्ट्रेंथ इज गोइंग टू बी मेंटेन्ड बाय डूइंग दिस फिजिकल एक्टिविटी। ठीक है, सो पावर जो होता है वो स्ट्रेंथ से थोड़ा सा ज्यादा रहेगा, बट उसका पर सेशन अमाउंट आप अगर देखोगे तो ओनली 0.2% यू आर अचीविंग आफ्टर द गुड एक्सरसाइज सेशन। So this is all about intensity aspect, and which is very important. That is because this will modulate your fitness level. If intensity is good, then only you can achieve a good fitness level. That FITT था ना, frequency हुआ, intensity हुआ. Now what will be the time and type of the exercises? So time should be usually, if we are maintaining a good normal fitness, अगर हम लोगों को conditioning maintain करना है, तो in that 20 to 30 minutes will be sufficient. ठीक है, फॉर अचीविंग ऑप्टिमल हार्ट रेट। ठीक है, अभी व्हाट इज HR मैक्स यहाँ पे दिया है ना, मैक्सिमम हार्ट रेट। मैक्सिमम हार्ट रेट मतलब क्या होगा कि मैं एक एक्टिविटी परफॉर्म कर रही हूँ एंड नाउ इसके बाद मैं बोलूंगी कि मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है, तो दैट लेवल जो होता है दैट इज योर मैक्सिमम हार्ट रेट। मैक्सिमम हार्ट रेट हम लोग खुद का खुद काउंट कर सकते हैं, हम लोग घर पे है, यू कैन काउंट योर हार्ट रेट। ठीक है, अगर हार्ट रेट काउंट कर रहे हो तो उसको हम लोग कैसे समझ में आएगा कि ये हार्ट रेट मैक्सिमम है। 60 to 70% ऑफ नॉर्मल हार्ट रेट, मतलब नॉर्मल हार्ट रेट यानी उसका एक फॉर्मूला है, सिंप्लीफाइड में बोलती हूँ, 220 माइनस योर एज। फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक बच्चा है वो 20 साल का है और उसका जो हार्ट रेट मैक्सिमम हम लोग कहाँ तक जा सकते हैं, वो 200 हार्ट बीट्स। ठीक है, फॉर मैक्सिमम वी कैन रीच 200, उससे ज्यादा हम नहीं रीच कर सकते, दैट इज हिज नॉर्मल हार्ट रेट मैक्सिमम। बट हम कोई भी सेशन अगर देते हैं तो हम लोग 100% हार्ट रेट मैक्सिमम पे कभी देते नहीं है। ठीक है, हार्ट रेट मैक्सिमम अगर हम लोगों को रीच करना है तो वी कैन रीच अप टू 80% ऑफ मैक्सिमम। मतलब 80% कितना होगा उसका, 170 to 180 ऑफ हार्ट बीट्स आफ्टर ट्रेनिंग सेशन दैट वी कैन अचीव, दैट इज अ नॉर्मल हार्ट रेट और नॉट मैक्सिमम हार्ट रेट ऑफ दैट 20 साल का बच्चा। ठीक है, क्यों, क्योंकि उसका एज कितना आया फॉर्मूला में हम लोगों ने डाला तो उसका हार्ट रेट मैक्सिमम आया 200 का हमने 80% कैलकुलेट किया एंड देन वी आर कंसिडरिंग दैट विल बी द आइडियल मैक्सिमम हार्ट रेट। सो जो मैक्सिमम हार्ट रेट है वहां तक आप जब जितने अमाउंट में रीच कर, जितने टाइम में हम वो हार्ट रेट तक रीच करते हैं, that will be your ideal time duration of exercise session. Whether you can reach that in 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 60 minutes, that will be completely depend on your physical fitness. जैसे मैंने पहले बोला था, minimal exertion can lead to maximum heart rate, that is your decondition. That's why this needs to be improvised, है ना। तो इसीलिए हार्ट रेट जो है वो अगर HR मैक्स हम लोग मैक्सिमम टाइम तक अचीव नहीं करते हैं, that means you are very physically fit, because that 40 minutes of exercise is not exceeding your heart rate maximum, so that means you are physically fit. ठीक है, so this is the time duration, it is subjective मतलब ये हर इंडिविजुअल का अलग अलग होगा। ठीक है, this is one thing. Then what all the types अभी there are n number of exercises in the market right now. स्ट्रेंथ पे अलग है, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी अलग है, बैलेंस अलग है, एजिलिटी अलग है. But broadly we can categorize exercise into the anaerobic exercise, aerobic exercise and power training. Briefly I want to tell you that there are 3 energy systems in the body. ठीक है, एनर्जी सिस्टम कितने होते हैं? 3 एनर्जी सिस्टम्स वर्क होते हैं. एंड वो एनर्जी सिस्टम्स में स्पेसिफिकली एरोबिक, एनारोबिक एंड पावर, व्हाट वी कैन से एटीपी पीसीआर. तो जो एनारोबिक होता है वो 30 सेकंड्स काम करेगा, एनारोबिक होगा वो 2 मिनट्स काम करेगा. एटीपी जो होते हैं, जो तुरंत एनर्जी जो आती है वो एकदम 30 सेकंड्स के लिए काम करती है. मोर देन 30 सेकंड्स अगर कोई एक्टिविटी करोगे तो वो अनेरोबिक में जाएगा, विच इज 2 मिनट्स तक. एंड 2 मिनट अनेरोबिक एनर्जी में कोई ऑक्सीजन कंजम्पशन नहीं लगता है, तो इसीलिए वो एनारोबिक एनर्जी होती है फॉर 2 मिनट्स. एंड मोर देन 2 मिनट्स टू टिल 30 to 40 मिनट्स जो हम लोग एक्सरसाइज परफॉर्म करते हैं, दैट विल बी योर एरोबिक फॉर्म ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस. सो ये जो टाइप्स है दैट विल डिपेंड ऑन द which different forms of exercises. अगर हम लोगों को aerobic करना है तो we'll increase the time duration. If we need to work on anaerobic, we'll increase the strength or intensity and we'll reduce the time duration. मतलब इतना याद रखो, higher the intensity, lesser the time, lesser the intensity, maximum amount of time. So this is the key element to understand what should be the exercises should go on for a good exercise session. Now we'll go on warm down session. ये था पूरा, this was all about the exercise session. Lastly, that exercise session should followed by a good warm down session. So warm down should be based on why warm down is important, because हम लोग जो एक्टिविटी करते हैं, जैसे हमने देखा अभी हार्ट रेट बढ़ जाता है, मतलब ब्लड पंपिंग ज्यादा होती है, तो ब्लड जो है वो ज्यादा आएगा सर्कुलेशन में, तो वो कहाँ जाएगा? जहाँ पे यूज हुआ है, मतलब पेरिफेरी मसल्स, जो लिम्स के मसल्स थे, पैर के मसल्स थे, हाथ के मसल्स थे, वहां पे चला जाएगा. तो वो पुलिंग ऑफ द ब्लड होता है टू द एक्सट्रीमिटीज. एंड वो पुलिंग क्या करता है? ब्रेन, लंग्स एंड हार्ट का जो सर्कुलेशन है वो कम कर देता है. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट अपने को वी कैन से दैट, व्हाट वी कैन से, कि आफ्टर डूइंग दैट एक्सरसाइजेस यू आर फीलिंग डिजीनेस, or you can say you are feeling tired, or you are not feeling fresh after the exercises, because the brain and the vital organ, which is heart and the brain, is not getting good circulation. Why? Because the warm down session is not performed nicely. So to prevent that pulling of the blood to periphery, you should perform the good warm down session and cool down session. And in that you can do a static stretching exercise. As I told you in the warm up, you should perform a dynamic exercise. Here in the warm down, you can perform all the static and soothing type of movements, which will help in improving circulation to the vital organ, and that will not cause dizziness or lightheadedness or the fainting. So that's why warm down is important. So this is the this all are the key elements which we are important for maintaining a fitness, or doing a exercise session for maintaining a good physical fitness. And what should be the training principle? Training principle, briefly I will tell you that there has to be periodization, there has to be specificity, overload and individuality. This is the key principles of any training session. मतलब हम जो exercises अभी देखेंगे, all the exercises should be followed under this principle and FITT principle, that is frequency, intensity, time and type of the exercise. Periodization मतलब throughout the year, जैसे मैंने बोला 1 month rest किया, athlete ने decondition हो गया, not achieving that level, then what will do? So there has to be periodization. Coaches should know when is the tournament period, and that for that tournament period, when should be athlete at the resting level, and when it should be given with a good moderate level of intensity activity, and when you should give the highest level of the intensity activity depend on that sports. That is a periodization throughout the year that coaches should be done. Then we'll go on specificity. Specificity will be sport specific exercises should be given or encountered in the maintaining of the good physical fitness of that particular athlete, क्योंकि उसका डिमांड जो है उसके बेसिस पे हमको कैपेसिटी पे वर्क करना है. तो कैपेसिटी शुड बी वेरी स्पेसिफाइड, एंड दैट इज द स्पेसिफिसिटी. ओवरलोड, एज आई टोल्ड यू, एज वी नो नाउ, कि इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द प्रोग्राम जो होता है, द इंटेंसिटी शुड बी इंक्रीजिंग डे बाय डे. मतलब 2 kg से 10 kg आने के लिए वी नीड टू गो ऑन 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is overload. मतलब increasing load is very important in any training session. So that is overload. And individuality. Every individual is different in its own way. हर का बॉडी मैकेनिक्स, हर पर्सन का अपना अपना एक बॉडी मैकेनिक्स होता है एंड बॉडी मसल डोमिनेंस होता है, जो किसी में मतलब हर किसी में सेम नहीं होता है। अगर टीम स्पोर्ट्स भी है तो इन टीम स्पोर्ट्स एवरी एथलीट और एवरी इंडिविजुअल और एवरी स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन इन दैट पर्टिकुलर टीम शुड possesses different type of qualities which are health related। हमने जो देखा था health related and skill related, तो ये दोनों में अलग अलग क्वालिटीज जो है वो इंडिविजुअल में प्रेजेंट रहेंगे। तो ट्रेनिंग प्रिंसिपल में इंडिविजुअलिटी इज प्लेइंग वाइटल रोल, कि हमें यहाँ पे हर इंडिविजुअल बेस्ड ट्रेनिंग सेशन प्लान करके ही उसको वो ट्रेनिंग देंगे, देन ओनली वी कैन गेट अ गुड रिजल्ट। दीज आर द 4 key elements. After this, now we'll starting up with the different exercise session that you can target at home with the minimal resources. With the these exercise can be performed based on the FITT principle. ठीक है? So right now I am going to tell you all the different forms of exercises. Now you should able to calculate your FITT level. As I told you कि कैसे करते हैं हम calculate frequency, intensity, time and type, or then only you can practice all these exercises and you can achieve a good conditioning at home as well. You will not need any sort of specific equipment for performing these exercises. So firstly, briefly we'll see what all the different types of exercises that I have added in the presentation. That is body weight training, normal body weight exercises, what exercises you can perform for maintaining a good health. Then resistance band exercises, this is like for two ये जो band होता है, this is rubber band and 200 रुपए 300 रुपए की अमाउंट में ये लूप मिल जाता है। अगर ये हम परचेस करते हैं तो that will help in improvement of the more of the strength, because external resistance at some times it is much more needed. So this is very minimal amount that you can spend on yourself to improving a good strength. So resistance band exercise, that's why I have added 2-3 exercise only I have added for this resistance band exercise, but with this exercises you can perform n number of exercises with the resistance band. Then core muscle strengthening, what is Pilates, then agility drills, balance training, plyometrics, and lastly the sprint. So these are the different forms of exercise that we are covering. Exercise जो है ये सारे एक्सरसाइज में मैंने बेसिक स्टेज लिया है। हर एक एक्सरसाइज का अपना अपना एक प्रोग्रेशन है, अपना अपना एक लेवल होता है जहाँ पे हम इंटेंसिटी मॉड्यूलेट करते हैं, जैसे अभी हमने देखा था। तो हर एक्सरसाइज का अलग अलग व्हाट वी कैन से प्रोग्रेशन है, बट बेसिक कहाँ से शुरू करना है दैट यू विल गेट टू नो बाय दिस presentation. Bridging exercises mainly working on your core aspect and the lower extremity aspect. So core and lower extremity के लिए हम simple patient will be in normal lying position, and lying position पे the knee is completely in bent at 90 degree. So here the knee will be 90 degree with the hip. ठीक है? Hip will be in straight position with the body and knee is at 90 degrees of the level. So ये जो position है ये supine line में हम लोग achieve करते हैं. Patient will be in lying position, knee will be bended at 90 degree, and then we'll ask patient to lift the pelvis up. ठीक है? Pelvis should be lifted in upward direction. So that is a bridging exercise, will help in improving your core as well as the lower extremity health. Then later on, this bridging can be progressed with the help of straight leg raising. So here you can see that the person is lifting his pelvis up, okay? And then the other leg is at again maintaining that 90 degree, and one leg is going into the straight leg raising aspect. So this is the progression of bridging into the more difficult part. At again bedside you can perform, and we can use a free weights, okay? जैसे मैंने बोला लूप है, रेजिस्टेंस बैंड है, you can tie that band at the knee level or the ankle level, and it will help in add on more of the weight. So this muscle, this exercise will work more on your gluteal region, that is buttock region, and your core region. So ये दो aspect जो है यहाँ पे more और focus करते हैं, that is a bridging exercise. Then these are the upper body exercises which are commonly very important, that is scapular stabilization exercises, because हम लोग dumbbell के साथ सारे shoulder movement करते हैं, we do the abduction part, flexion part, these are the different forms of movements that we perform in the shoulder, and they are known by everyone. But usually what we fail to focus, that is your upper back region, which is this. This is upper, just a second. This is the upper muscle, or we can say upper back muscle, which are very important to maintain a good health of upper back. And if these muscles are working very normally, so then only the athlete can throw, or we can say a good smash, or we can say all the sports which are relating to the more of the use of upper extremity. So that stability of upper extremity is provided by this sort of exercises. So simply the person is doing the retraction of the scapula. मतलब यहाँ पे सिर्फ जो hand का movement है वो it is going in again upward direction. ठीक है? This is the one retraction. Then other will be normal. You can maintain all the shoulder is going into the forward direction and person is doing lifting that movement up. So यहाँ पे भी क्या होगा? The upper back will be again in going into the retraction. Same way, that exercise can be modified with the shoulder flexion and elbow. Shoulder will be in neutral or slightly in flexed position or adducted position, and elbow will be in flexion position. And यहाँ पे again same way she is lifting the elbow in upward direction. Elbow is lifting in upward direction. So this will be the retraction exercises. यहाँ पे क्या होगा? किसी का अगर shoulder pain है या फिर shoulder is not going into the above head activities, so that time this exercise can be performed, and this exercise will help in your maintaining of the good upper back muscle strength. So that's why this exercise I have added for maintaining a good health of the upper back muscles. Then these are two exercises present with the equipment, and this exercise can be present without equipment as well. So यहाँ पे see that individual is pressing the ball with both the hands. ठीक है? So if ball pressing, if you want to practice, that will again moreover the focusing on the posterior aspect of the back muscle. So यहाँ पे जो elbow हम लोग press कर रहे हैं, that pressing should be at home. If you are doing it and you are not having Swiss ball or medicine ball, तो हम लोग इसको with the help of pillow भी कर सकते हैं. You can place 2 or 3 pillows on the wall and do the pressing activity of the elbow. So हम लोग जब elbow press करते हैं, तो upper back as well as the triceps group of the muscle will work over here. ठीक है? And this exercise will again help in improving upper body fitness. Then this is a rowing activity. Rowing में person का hand जो है, जो normal, this should be the normal position, starting position. यहाँ से हम लोग पीछे आके we can do this retraction exercise in standing position. यहाँ पे you can see that कि both the wing bones are coming together. मतलब पीछे के जो bones है वो cross में आ रहे हैं. That is the retraction activity. So pulling or rowing movement, that rowing movement is performing with the functional trainer he was performing, but without functional trainer you can tie a resistance band and you can pull that resistance band, and that will again help in maintaining your upper body fitness. Without weight also you can perform these exercises simply by doing the retraction movement in a rowing way, and slowly you can progress with the free weights as well as you can pull that with the resistance band as well. Then we'll work on core. So for core, maintenance of the core, what we can say, core will be core element of the or core segment ही core है. तो वो the reason is कि वो हर movement में work करेगा. मतलब कोई भी sport specific अगर आप movement करते हो तो उसमें core का role जो है वो उतना ही maintain होता है. तो हम लोग जब core perform करते हैं तो उसमें plank जो है वो बहुत ही जरूरी होता है. And plank is like you can perform anywhere this plank exercise. So plank exercise जब हम लोग perform करते हैं तब हमारे जो abdominal muscles होते हैं, abdominal muscles यानी जो core part है, ये जो part है ये against gravity ये position maintain करता है. And make sure that if you are doing the plank you are maintaining a normal body posture and the line is visible to you, I guess. So that line is maintained. That is a normal ideal posture of the plank. So यहाँ पे back जो है lifted नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है? Again shoulder should not be more of the rotated. The knee should not be flexed. ठीक है? जो other arrows है, ये arrows abnormality in this movement दिखा रहे हैं. तो ये मूवमेंट्स नहीं होने चाहिए. बॉडी शुड बी straight and aligned position, and that will help in maintaining a good core muscle. And with this exercise is best exercise for core with the minimal resources and can be performed anywhere. So core में सिर्फ अपर मतलब सामने वाले मसल्स नहीं आते हैं, that is abdominal muscles नहीं, side muscles भी आते हैं, and for that we can go for a side plank, and this will be more working on the side part of the core muscle, that is the side plank position. ठीक है, that can be achieved. See the neutral body alignment, the body is in completely straight line with the plinth, we can say. So this is the ideal alignment of the core position of the body in a side plank position. Then there are again here is the how we can increase the difficulty in plank. So यहाँ पे जो positioning था maintain किया हुआ first image में, इसमें हम लोग लोअर एक्सट्रीमिटी का लिफ्ट जो है वो एड ऑन कर सकते हैं. एज शी इज डूइंग, शी इज लिफ्टिंग हर लेग. ठीक है, सो जो लेग लिफ्ट है, अल्टरनेट लेग लिफ्ट कैन बी देयर. ठीक है, सो अल्टरनेट लेग लिफ्ट विल इंक्रीज द स्ट्रेस ऑन मोर ऑफ द ग्लूटियल और बटक और अपर बैक रीजन. तो ये जो रीजन है, पूरा बैक रीजन जो है, ये यहाँ पे मोर और फोकस हो रहा है. तो दैट बैक रीजन इज टारगेटिंग विद द हेल्प ऑफ this difficulty we are adding into the plank position. So this is the plank basically. Then lunges, how the lunges should perform. Lunges is again a very good exercise for your lower extremity. You can maintain a good strength of lower extremity with the help of lunges. So this person she is doing a lunges activity, and in lunges she is bending in downward position. She is maintaining a good posture, that is a normal alignment or normal posture of the body should be in straight line. So it should be straight line. The knee which is targeting should be in straight line position, and here the extensors of the hip. Then again your thigh muscle which is quadriceps muscle जो है, मतलब hip के muscles, knee के muscles, यहाँ के जो muscles है, all these muscles are working together. And this lunges can be practiced with the free weights as well. कि हम लोग हाथ में we can carry a weight, heavy weight, and we can perform this lunges activity, and that will again increase more of the weight on lower extremity, and more strength or more additional resistance can be utilized, added over here to do the lunges activity, and that will give good benefit. So हम लोगों को external resistance, हम लोगों को this is the initial stage का progression हम लोगों को अगर करना है, तो how will we do? We will add extra weights in the hands, and then you can perform this exercise. So it will increase the load on a lower extremity. So load will be increased at the lower extremity level. So this is lunges. As I told you, we are not working only on the core, matlab anterior part. So the posterior, we can say this is a simple exercise for posterior group of the muscle, that is a back extension exercise, जहाँ पे only extensors of the back and the gluteal muscle, so gluteal buttock muscles and back muscles are working, because these are the key muscles which are helping in whatever weight bearing activity person is doing. मतलब weight bearing, this is a squatting exercise, this is a weight bearing activity. मतलब नॉर्मल इंडिविजुअल को अगर वेट बेयरिंग करना है, तो हम लोगों को ये 90 डिग्री के साथ हम लोग बैठते हैं यूजुअली, है ना. सो वेट इज कमिंग ऑन द नीज एंड एंकल. सो जो नी एंकल का वेट है यहाँ पे, वो रिड्यूस करने के लिए हम लोग क्या करेंगे, हम लोग विल वर्क ऑन ग्लूटियल, गुड ग्लूटियल स्ट्रेंथ, दैट इज गुड बटक स्ट्रेंथ. सो बटक स्ट्रेंथ कैन बी अचीव्ड बाय दिस एक्सरसाइज एज वेल अलोंग विद द एक्सटेंसर्स ऑफ द बैक. सो सिंपल दिस एक्सरसाइज कैन बी परफॉर्म for a back strengthening. And then why I have added squatting over here is squatting will work again here on the gluteal muscle, and gluteal will help to do all the exercise which are performing in weight bearing position. ठीक है, और as well running भी अगर हम perform करते हैं, तो वहाँ पे भी posterior chain of the muscles जो है उतना ही vitally work करता है. So this is all about the this free weight exercise. Now body weight exercise. Now we are adding more external weight in that. So जैसे मैंने resistance band के बारे में बोला था, so this is a resistance band. ठीक है, what she is tying here, it is a loop of resistance band. Loop of resistance band में हम लोग we can use here as an external resistance, and then do a squatting exercise. Here more lateral muscles are working. Okay, these are the key element of this. Matlab, along with the gluteal, lateral muscles are working, so more muscle engagement is occurring over here. That's why we are using external resistance. Then the adduction component is there. ठीक है, here मतलब हम लोग यहाँ पे medial muscles पे work करेंगे. जैसे यहाँ पे lateral पे किया था, वैसे यहाँ medial पे करेंगे. हम लोग यहाँ पे एक Swiss ball, medicine ball देके we are working on a medial muscles and as well as the gluteal muscle. So this is the variations of squatting exercise. Squatting can be performed on the single leg as well. Single leg squatting should be performed if you are not having any pain at the knee or hip or back region. So single leg squat will help in doing this, improving the strength of quadriceps as well. तो मतलब थाई के जो मसल्स है वो उस पे ज्यादा लोड प्रेशर क्रिएट करता है, that is single leg squat. This is a clamshell exercise again for with the help of resistance band person is doing, and again it will work on a lateral structure. Then the other important form of exercise which we are targeting here is Pilates. So Pilates will working on core muscle, postural alignment and muscle balance. The different number of muscles are working in the for doing one single session. That is Pilates all about. So for Pilates, basic stage will be only the nodding movement, nodding, or we can say not nodding, actually scooping. Scooping will be first stage. I'll show you the video again. Just focus on this aspect of a girl. Okay, see the core aspect. See how she is doing this again. Okay. Now again I'll start this. What is occurring at the core level? It is going in downward direction. So that is a scooping technique, जहाँ पे हम लोगों को breath hold नहीं करते हुए core को contract करना है. That is a scooping technique. तो हम लोगों को breath को hold नहीं करना है यहाँ पे. Breath अगर hold करेंगे तो it will more the effect on the heart. So that's why core has to be working here in the scooping way. मतलब core contraction करना है. सिर्फ abdominal muscles are getting contracted over here. Then the progression of this will be along with the core, there will be nodding of the neck. मतलब see this neck aspect. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपको फोकस करना है and यहाँ पे फोकस करना है. ठीक है, पहले हम लोगों ने स्कूप किया and फिर अभी हम लोग नॉड करेंगे. नॉड मतलब सर्वाइकल मसल्स, जो नेक मसल्स है उनको टारगेट करेंगे. Is it clear? So she is nodding activity, that is retraction of the cervical spine and maintaining the scooping. Then Pilates can be progressed with this, that is with the lower extremity engagement, scooping है, retraction है, and then she is engaging a lower leg as well. It is very difficult to maintain that contraction. Okay, and doing this physical activity. Then slowly we can progress to this, that activity can be progressed with the raising, straight leg raising along with the maintaining of core contraction and nodding. The scooping करेंगे, nodding करेंगे, and then we'll do the only straight leg raising. Before we are not raising the leg, but here in the third stage progression we are raising the leg in a straight or forward direction. Then lastly the progression of Pilates will be bilateral movement of the leg. So she is doing scooping, nodding, and along with that there will be bilateral lifting of the leg. Okay, so this is the Pilates and it is working of engagement of the core muscle. And जो previously हमने सारे exercise देखे, हर exercise में आप scooping technique practice कर सकते हो, and that will increase more difficulty in your exercise session. That is one thing. Agility drills are the drills which are helping in any sports. तो यहाँ पे मैंने just side shuffling लिया है. You can take that, there is a ladder inside, or we can give different hurdles to an athlete and they have to perform the agility drills. They need to what we can say, they can transfer the or they can shift the directions by doing this different sort of agility exercises. So yeah, agility exercise will work on changing in the direction. So as I give you just the example point of view, the side shuffling, so that agilities can be practiced. For static balance training में static surface में एक होता है, dynamic में एक होता है. तो static में normal eyes open and eyes closed. Again single leg stance will be getting difficulty with eyes open and eyes closed. And then we can progress this exercise with the standing with the on an unstable surface. If you don't have that Theradisk, you can stand on a pillows, 2 pillows, and if you are standing on pillow, it will increase the difficulty for maintaining that particular stance. You can do the functional activity in that stance. Eyes open, eyes closed करके किया. Then in third image, it is visible that she is doing functional movement in that. So that will be again difficulty in improving the or doing the balance training. That is one thing. And then dynamic balance can be practiced with the star excursion as well. In star excursion, there in the first image it is the star, and you need to reach to that different level. So I'll show you how she is doing that. See that the reaching to in a different direction and maintaining a good balance. So here on a single leg, the weight bearing is on that particular leg, and she is doing multiple reach outs. That is again a dynamic balance part. The last but not the least, it is very important that see what will be the plyometric exercise session. Plyometric is the best exercise for any of athlete or which are training for high intensity workout. That is in the image, it is trampoline is there. That trampoline is the what we can say a normal rubber made material hota hai, and if person is doing jumping activity on the trampoline, that will create a plyometric exercises. So plyometric can be done without trampoline as well. So plyometric का एक reasoning बस बोलती हूँ कि plyometric में जब हम activity perform करते हैं तो eccentric and concentric दोनों activity perform होते हैं. मतलब muscle का lengthening followed by shortening. Muscle lengthen हो रही है followed by shortening हो रही है. So that is the key element of plyometric. जब ये activity perform होती है तो वो activity में muscle में control develop होता है. And कोई भी sports activity जो होती है वो high intensity activity होती है. तो वहाँ पे हम लोगों को plyometric exercise जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी होती है. So simple plyometric can be started with this hopping technique, just normal hopping. ठीक है? We can do it as well. Then this hopping can be performed on a pillow. ठीक है? For an unstable surface. Then hopping with the scissors. ठीक है? Multiple ways are there for performing plyometric, but scissor hopping is there. Then other will be multiple direction reach outs. ठीक है? You can hop in multiple direction. That is one thing for plyometric. Then other will be lunges. Just a second. Lunge jump can be performed as a difficulty part. So this is one. ठीक है? Then lastly the plyometric jump. Plyometric jump should be, this is one stepper I am using and she is jumping on that stepper. So stepper, the height can be modulated or modified. So हम लोग minimal height से we can start and we can increase that height later on as the progression is there. So this is all about the plyometric part. And sprinting. हम लोग minimal resources में अगर बात करेंगे to maintain a good physical fitness, walking, jogging, running and sprinting. These 4 types of exercise are best exercises that can perform for a good physical fitness. So sprint, I have added sprint is that if you are athlete, so definitely you should go for sprint. Sprint will be shorter time में, shorter duration में, high speed running करना है. That is your sprint. So sprint will be helping you to improve the strength in the lower extremity and control on the lower extremity muscle. So that's why sprinting is very important and should practiced in the activities of the or we can say a daily exercise session or what exercise session it should contain a sprint exercise in that. So here I conclude with all the different exercise sessions. These are the different references that I have used, and thank you so much for patient listening. And let's move on towards the question answer session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And I'm sorry, sir, if I delayed the time.
No, no, no. It was an excellent presentation, ma'am. Ma'am, you have covered all the aspects, right from components of physical fitness, factors affecting conditioning, deconditioning, training principle. And ma'am, with the help of your photos and videos, you showed us different types of exercise, how to maintain physical fitness. There is a question. We will directly start to question answer session, ma'am. There is a question from Nandini Shahu. Nandini Shahu, ma'am, can you ask your question, or I will forward your question? Her question was how to recover deconditioning. Unmute. You are muted, ma'am. Payal, ma'am, please unmute yourself. Yes.
So after a normal exercise session, you got to know that the athlete is not achieving that normal level of conditioning where he was previous. So then you are getting that he is deconditioned. So to recover the deconditioning, you should again assist the athlete. Assessment जो है वो periodic होना चाहिए. Periodization जो मैंने बोला. असेसमेंट जो है हम लोग असेसमेंट क्यों करते हैं? कोचेस यूजुअली बैटरी ऑफ टेस्ट परफॉर्म करते हैं एथलीट में. व्हाई दे परफॉर्म दैट टेस्ट? बिकॉज दे गॉट टू नो कि वेयर देयर एथलीट्स आर स्टैंडिंग. ठीक है. सो अगर हम लोग टेस्ट परफॉर्म करेंगे तो हम लोगों को पता चलेगा कि एथलीट का इंटेंसिटी जो था पहले रिपीटेशन मैक्सिमम पे हम लोग अगर 80% पे प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे तो अभी नाउ इट इज ऑन 50%. सो दैट इज योर प्राइमरी अचीवमेंट दैट यू आर गेटिंग आफ्टर असेसमेंट. मतलब हमने व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग हियर कि एक एज अ आउटकम मिला है कि स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द पर्सन इज रिड्यूस्ड आफ्टर द डिकंडीशनिंग फेज. टू रिकवर फ्रॉम दैट यू नीड टू स्टार्ट अप फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. सो बिगिनिंग से स्टार्ट मतलब you need to formulate a FITT, that is frequency intensity alignment type for that particular individual. As I told you, one principle of specificity and individuality, and specificity and individuality will based on your assessment कि तुमने what you are getting in the deconditioning. And deconditioning is based on skill related, health related. मतलब balance कम हो सकता है, strength कम हो सकता है, flexibility कम हो सकती है. There are all the attributes that I have covered which are important to maintain a physical fitness. उसमें से कोई भी पैरामीटर अगर कम है तो you need to start from the where the individual is present. मतलब उसका जो capacity वहां पे है, to maximize that capacity you need to work from there. तो हम लोग repetition maximum कम से उनका शुरुआत कर सकते हैं. मतलब moderate level of repetition maximum intensity का जो हम बोलते हैं, moderate level of load can be given that individual. डिकंडीशनिंग से रिकवर करने के लिए दिस इज रिकवरिंग ऑफ द डिकंडीशनिंग. मतलब ऑलरेडी हो चुका है, देन वी आर रिकवरिंग. सो वी नीड टू फोकस ऑन फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट फॉर एक्सरसाइज सेशन. देन वी नीड टू फोकस ऑन न्यूट्रिशन एज वेल एज मेंटल हेल्थ. सो न्यूट्रिशन हैज टू बी maintained along with the good physical health, and then only you can recover that athlete from particular decondition. And I want to tell you one thing that कि deconditioning होने के लिए 2 दिन लगे थे. After 2 दिन.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself, ma'am. Yes, yes. Please.
जो deconditioning होने के लिए 2 दिन का पीरियड था, बट यहाँ पे कंडीशनिंग अगर होना है तो महीने डालने हैं, इतना याद रखो मैम. सो डिकंडीशनिंग है तो कंडीशनिंग होने के लिए आपको स्पेसिफिक अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम ड्यूरेशन should be given to that particular athlete, and उसमें हम लोग एक formalized training session उसको देंगे along with the good nutrition. Then only you can recover that athlete from the deconditioning. So what we can say, always prevention is better than the cure. So prevention of the deconditioning is very much important, so that you will not face the recovery of athlete from that deconditioning. So I would like to tell you that you more or your focus on the aspect which are conditioning, and regularly you can practice those aspects. Okay. So this is my opinion for improving the improving from the deconditioning phase.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Actually, ma'am,
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I was dengue patient, so that's why whenever now I start my practice, so I feel breathless. Actually, I'm kabaddi player, so whenever I goes for reading, so after one reading, I feel breathless. So what should I do for that to recover my breathless?
See, dengue is related to the, it is the infection basically, and after that infection again we say that platelet counts are getting affected और blood level में जो normal blood count होता है वो affect होता है. तो यहाँ पे जैसे कार्डियो पार्ट मैंने बोला, तो हाँ ब्लड हेल्थ शुड बी नॉर्मल. ऑक्सीजन जो है ब्लड में वो अगर अच्छा रहता है तो हम लोगों को नरिशमेंट टू द मसल मिलता है. But जो as your complaint is your difficulty or you are having a shortness of the breath after doing activity, so beta you will recover soon because you need to practice the session. As I told you, practice is very important, but the intensity for you for heart rate maximum that you need to calculate should be, you can reach up to just 40 to 50% of your HR max. मतलब तुम एक पेसिंग एक्टिविटी ट्राई करो, मतलब ट्रेनिंग सेशन जो है वो लो इंटेंसिटी से तुम शुरू करो. अगर लो इंटेंसिटी से शुरू करते हो तो डेफिनेटली you see this is a natural recovery. Body will recover by their time, but for fasten that recovery we can help you with the nutrition and we can help you with a good physical conditioning or good physical exercise pattern. So I want to suggest you that what you should do कि तुम एक एक्सरसाइज सेशन जो तुम्हारा प्लान हो चुका है, प्रीवियस जो तुम करती थी वो नहीं, अभी अगेन यू असेस योरसेल्फ कि कहाँ पे तुम्हें फटीग अचीव हो रहा है, कहाँ पे तुम्हारे शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रेथ अचीव हो रहा है, उसका तुम 40% से शुरू करो. फॉर एग्जांपल 15 मिनट्स में ही तुम्हें अगर फटीग हो रहा है तो इंटेंसिटी अगर कम करते हो तो कितना टाइम तुम खेल पाती हो वो देखो. इफ यू आर रिड्यूसिंग योर इंटेंसिटी एंड तुम 1 घंटा अगर खेल पाओगी तो slowly you will progress and you will achieve that 15 minutes without exertion if at your normal intensity level. If you are a kabaddi player, so kabaddi is again moreover of the agility drills are there, repeated movements of the lower extremities are there, and again those movements are again what we can say, it is more of the endurance aspect, strength aspect. The skill related endurance and strength is very important in you, so you work on that. You increase the duration of exercise, reduce the intensity of the exercise, and see that you will definitely feel a relief from your shortness of the breath and exertion. But you make sure that along with that you are maintaining a very good nutrition, because dengue is directly encounter or directly work on your blood cells. So platelet count जहाँ पे affect होता है वहाँ पे body का immunity और fatigue level है वो भी affect होता है. That's why nutrition should followed by a good exercise session with a low intensity and longer duration will help you for recovering from that exertion. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, participants can
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Because we don't have any question in chat box, so I request participants can directly ask. Yes, Mr. Dheeraj Bhoskar, if you want to ask question, you can directly ask. You please unmute yourself and you can ask your question. Dr. Dheeraj Bhoskar, if you have any question, you can ask directly.
I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I am audible, Nishan sir.
Yes, sir.
Payal ma'am.
Yes, sir. So your voice is not clear.
I am audible, ma'am.
Your voice is not clear, sir.
Yeah, you can try to listen to ask.
Hello. No, I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Please ask your question, sir.
My question is, ma'am, ऐसे कुछ बच्चे हैं जो फ्लैट फुट में नॉक नी एंड फ्लैट फुट, तो ऐसे बच्चों को हम क्या एक्सरसाइज दे सकते हैं ताकि उनका जो बैलेंस या फिर नॉक नी दूर हो सके, अच्छा बैलेंस हो सके
right?
Yeah.
Please mute yourself,
Very
Dheeraj
good
sir.
question you have asked. Wonderful question, sir. But just I want to tell you two things here. It's very important that one thing is कि knock knees and flat foot are the structural deformities. Okay? Bones are involved, structures are involved. So no one can correct those structures which are under the fault. Okay? But you can prevent the progression, or we can say initially knock knees यानी क्या होता है? See, this is the normal alignment of the knee. Knock knees में the legs are getting, knees are getting separated. Okay? So this the hip will be in adduction. Okay? And the legs are again opposite in direction. But ये जो space है बीच का, ये space हम knock knees का जो progression है वो उसके basis पे हम बात करते हैं. तो ये जो progression है वो हम slow down कर सकते हैं या फिर हम उसको स्टॉप कर सकते हैं. बट जो ऑलरेडी अकर्ड डिफॉर्मिटी है उसको हम इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू रिकवर फ्रॉम द डिफॉर्मिटी इफ इट इज अ स्ट्रक्चरल. ठीक है. नाउ इट इज नॉट स्ट्रक्चरल. इफ यू आर गेटिंग दैट की फंक्शनल है, योर एथलीट इज वेरी गुड एंड जस्ट एक वेट बेरिंग अगर वो लेग पे दिया, तो अगर ये नॉर्मल हमारा आर्च है, अगर इस पे वजन देते हैं तो आर्च फ्लैट हो रहा है, तो दैट इज द फंक्शनल. ठीक है. एक पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन ही उसका वो आर्च जो है वो फ्लैट कर रहा है. तो दैट टाइम यू कैन गुड रिजल्ट ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस. So for recovering from knock knees and flat foot, I would like to tell you that you need to work on whole lower extremity musculature. Abductor group होता है, extensor group होता है, वो हम ज्यादा फोकस करते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ पे लेग्स जो है वो ऑलरेडी अडक्शन में होते हैं. तो अडक्टर्स को स्ट्रेच करना जरूरी है. अडक्टर्स को हम स्ट्रेच करेंगे और लैटरल स्ट्रक्चर्स को हम स्ट्रेंथन करेंगे. So this is one part at the thigh level. When we talk about जो नॉक नीज होते हैं उसकी वजह से जो नॉर्मल नी अलाइनमेंट होता है वो चेंज होता है एंड उसका प्रेशर जो है वो पूरा एंकल पे आता है. तो यूजुअली फ्लैट फुट जो है हम लोग नी वायरस में देखते हैं, दैट इज अपोजिट टू द नॉक नीज. यूजुअली हम ये डिफॉर्मिटी फ्लैट फुट जो है वो हम लोग नी का पोजीशन जो है जब ऐसा हो जाता है. ठीक है. दैट टाइम वायरस. सो जब हम फ्लैट फुट पे वर्क करते हैं तो वी शुड वर्क ऑन इंट्रिंसिक फुट मसल्स, मतलब जहाँ पे हम एथलीट को toe curling दे सकते हैं. We can strengthen the ankle muscle, which is dorsiflexion, plantar flexion can be strengthened up. Inversion. This is the inversion and eversion movement. So that can be strengthened. Tibialis posterior muscle is very important, sir. So if we strengthen that muscle, that will definitely help in maintaining that arch. Okay, that arch is maintained by the tibialis posterior muscle. So that's why we are saying that key inversion, that is this inversion movement of the foot, eversion movement of the foot, plantar flexion movement of the foot, dorsiflexion movement of the foot. These are the strengthening of the movements of the foot. And then when we talk about weight bearing, so in weight bearing we can ask person to do the simple toe curling movement. Toe curling में हम लोग यहाँ पे we can place a towel or any cloth and we can ask them pull that towel towards them. So that will help in maintaining the arch. This is one thing. Then we can add a weight on that towel and ask person to pull. Okay, that is one thing. Secondly, if the intrinsic foot muscles are weak, that is core element of the foot, that is foot core. It is if you think that it is weak and after weight bearing that foot is getting flat, that time pressing of the foot, मतलब this is normal position of the foot, तो उसमें हम लोग pressing of the foot with the toe. तो उसमें क्या होगा, ये core muscles जो है foot के वो work करेंगे. So pressing of the foot or pressing of the toes in downward direction will work on that arches of the foot. So ये एक another beautiful exercise that can be performed. Later on you can progress with that balance training what I have shown you in the presentation. All the different balance training exercise can be practiced in this such patient because it is very difficult to achieve a good stability in such patient because धीरे धीरे उनका जो heel है वो अंदर चला जाता है and then upper body mechanics जो है वो पूरा alter होके the person can have a injury. So if your athlete is not having a structural, then definitely you should go for this sort of exercises like abductor strengthening for the hip, core muscle strengthening. Along with that lower segment में only abductors and gluteal muscle, the posterior muscle, gluteal medius maximus can be targeted, and adductors का stretch is very important, stretching of the adductor. And when we talk about flat foot, so flat foot mein there's different exercises you can perform, and importantly you can add on balance training along with those exercises. And please focus on tibialis posterior for the flat foot, so definitely it will improve your flat foot. And externally अगर हम ये सारी इंट्रिंसिक चीजें हो गई एथलीट में करने की, एक्सट्रिंसिकली हम लोग ब्रेसेस दे सकते हैं टू द नी जॉइंट. ब्रेस कैन बी हेल्प टू मेंटेन दैट नॉक नी पोजीशन. Then for foot definitely there is insoles which is given in the, तो जो insole है वो arch maintain करता है, तो हम लोग यहाँ पे insoles का support जो है वो ले सकते हैं. So that will again help in maintaining arch while doing sport specific activity. So inside the shoes arch can be given, which is artificial arch. You can get in any surgical shop. So this is from my side, sir.
Definitely, madam. I will go. Thank you. Thank you.
Ipte sir.
Any questions? Yes.
Ipte sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I am sitting at our MBA department.
Yes, sir.
The head of the department of our business management department, Sri Bhave
Yes.
sir. He is a regular athlete. He is 72 years old. 75. And he is a regular marathon runner.
Great.
He wants to ask some questions. Please unmute him.
He can unmute himself, sir. No problem.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
हाँ, मला प्रश्न. I want to ask a question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You see, I have been doing speed walking for 21 kilometers at a stretch. Now, I want to do 42 kilometers at a stretch in a day. What all care should I take on food front and physical front? Can you advise, please?
Definitely, sir. I will try to advise you, as you are so much senior than me, and you are very. I felt really nice that you are doing a marathon and 21 kilometers of run at a stretch. So, sir, just being a see, there are normal age-related changes that usually go with the body, right? So, if you are practicing that, we should focus more on the that sport specific aspect. So, agar 21 kilometers say we are working on 42 kilometers, that will be doubling of the your available intensity or available activity level. So for doubling, that process should be progression, sir. There has to be a progression. If you want to do the 42 kilometer walk in 2022 of September, from today itself you can start that activity. So it is not the thing that you are achieving in 1 month or 2 months. If you are doing so, then definitely you are harming your cardiac health as well as your musculoskeletal health. I don't want that, sir. So that's why I would like to suggest you one thing, that you do a slow progression activity, and that progression should be based on your level of intensity. If you are daily walking for 21 kilometers, slowly you can reach to 22, 23, 24. There has to be a slow progression followed with a good warm up and a cool down session. I want to tell you that you are practicing a aerobic form of exercises. Again, this activity is completely a aerobic activity. So you should work on the more of the oxygen consumption. So as the age is concerned, I would like to tell you, your health is now, you are considered as a physically fit, but along with that you will need to follow nutritional aspect as well as a psychological aspect. So alternate day you can practice the progression in a week, and those whatever break we are taking in alternate day, you can practice a meditation for that. So that meditation will help you to recover from that whatever progression you have started in your protocol. Okay? For example, if you are walking for 21 kilometers, now you are progressing to the 22 kilometers. Okay? 22 will be increase in your normal day-to-day activity. So that increase should be recovered by body as well. So body recovery can be helpful with the help of meditation or the normal soothing activity and a good nutrition as well. So followed by the nutrition and the good meditation or good rest period, resting period ke baad, we can say that slowly you can progress to the, and definitely all the best for the goal, sir. I hope that definitely one day you will achieve that 42 kilometer. But I just want you and request you for this, that in this geriatric age, you should do a progression at a slow level or slow speed. That progression has to be very minimally stressful to your other body elements as per age is concerned, sir. Otherwise, it is the I felt very privileged to hear you that you are walking for 1 kilometers. But for progression, it is definitely a double number of kilometers you want to progress. So that double number should be followed very in a slow, sustained manner. So all the best for the future, sir. I hope I cleared the view.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. I think there is no new question. So we will start for our next segment, that is vote of thanks. I request you, ma'am, to please stop sharing your PPT. Yes. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am. Now, we will move to our last and most important segment of this webinar, that is vote of thanks. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude towards Dr. Payal Dhawade ma'am, Assistant Professor, MGM, Institute of Physiotherapy, Aurangabad, for graciously accepting our invitation. Ma'am, I have to mention here that your presentation was very much informative and your lecture was definitely help our players to maintain physical fitness. I once again thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I once again thank you, ma'am, for taking time out from your busy schedule, delivering a lecture as a keynote speaker. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm thankful to our today's chairperson of the webinar, Dr. Milind Barate sir, for always standing behind us and encouraging us to conduct webinar on various topics. Thank you so much, sir. Behind every successful webinar, it requires a team of technicians working restlessly behind the scene. So that proceeding of the webinar cannot be interrupted at any cost. And here I feel proud that Professor Prerna Ratnaparki ma'am single-handedly resolved all the technical issues so that we do not have any unwanted interruption. On behalf of Department of Physical Education and Sports, I thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable contribution. I thank all the participants, players, coaches who are present here from all over the country and making this webinar a huge success. Lastly, I thank all the respected staff members of college who always have a helping hand for conducting webinar. I once again thank all, and with the permission of today's chairperson, I declare that this webinar is over. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for providing such a great opportunity. We'll be looking more forward for such opportunities.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.